What's up there, tribe? You beautiful misfits. Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Definitely welcome if you're new. Thanks for checking out my channel. Welcome back if you've been hanging out for a while. My name is Tia. How you doing? This is going to be our midweek collective check-in. So we're just going to look at the energies for the collective for this next 7 days and see what pops out. Yeah. I am going to follow a similar pattern that I did, I think almost 2 weeks ago is when I uploaded the last one. Or a week ago. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm going to follow the same type of format, and I'm going to pull the Oracle cards last. So, what we see is what we get here. So today for our primary deck, I am using Osho Zen Tarot. If you are not familiar with it, it is a phenomenal deck. And I definitely suggest that you go out and get it yourself and check it out for yourself. Don't believe anything I say, do your own research, okay? So, it looks, oh, beautiful. So 3 is a prominent synchronicity for you. This next coming 7 days. Okay, hair and eye. Okay, so we have the Empress popping up, and then we also have the 3 of Pentacles. So we're looking at group work, lots of teamwork. I feel like for some of you, this actually has to do with, like some kind of project or something that you're working on. I'm getting that failure to quite launch vibe, if that makes sense. So it's something that you've been pouring your energy and your intent into, and you've been starting to just like see some movement happening within this project here in I again, and now it's stalled. Okay, I feel like this is necessary because there's something coming in that you're not seeing. There's something about this particular project that is actually going to end up being burdensome for you. It's one of those scenarios where like everything looks really awesome to begin with, but all that glitters is not gold. Okay, so there's something about this particular project that is going to end up being more of a burden to you than a benefit, okay? So, and you know, yeah, so the pause is a divinely guided pause that's occurring right now. Yeah, whatever the situation is, I feel like you're quite literally being, like, protected by your angels. Like, I literally see you enclosed around angels, if that makes sense. So it'll be like you'll just kind of be hanging out and chilling what you're doing, and you'll start thinking about this situation, or if it's a specific person that's involved in this situation, they will come across your energy, and very specifically you'll start to feel a breeze, and it's ironic, but I'm getting the scent vanilla. So it's like you'll feel a breeze go past you, and you'll start to smell like hints of vanilla, but it won't be this person. Like, it's not this person. It's kind of coming out of nowhere. That's the sign that you've got your angels surrounding you, okay? That there's something that they're trying to protect you from, whether it's a place or a person. It's a very specific scenario where you seem to experience this. Speaking of that, oh no, I think my charcoal's all gone. Ugh. So lately I've got this thing about resin incense because it just smells so damn wonderful. Anyways, so that said, I feel like the block that you're currently experiencing, and this definitely feels more work sector than love sector, I feel like the blocks that you're actually experiencing are to your benefit right now. This is actually, you're dodging a bullet, so to speak, by this block that's, ooh, by this block, okay? Some of you might have broken a leg or an ankle or a foot, and not sure what part of the country that you're in right now, but you can feel the weather changing in that. And I'm sorry, I can kind of identify with that. That's not a whole lot of fun. It makes you feel like you're getting old. Anyways, so I do feel like part of the block, for some of you anyway, you're having a block in your creativity, and this is actually because there is the block is due to your lack of movement. So I feel like there is a direction that you have been thinking about going towards, like you feel that you need to go towards, and you've been resistant to do that because it puts you out of your comfort zone. And this is actually something that you need to do. In order to get movement, you're going to have to get yourself out of your comfort zone, okay? And I feel like, collectively speaking, that's kind of a theme right now. It's like the more stuck in the mud, the more we're unable to flow with change, the more difficult the energies will be for us, I feel like. Starting with this full moon and then all the way up through, I want to say, the Pisces new moon, okay? We have a lot of lessons coming to us about learning to go with the flow, if you will, okay? I say that as a person who does not necessarily like to do that. Totally telling on myself right now. I can't be telling all that. So, let's see here. Yeah, there's a decision that needs to be made. And I feel like, so the decision that needs to be made, I feel like, does actually have to do with some type of emotional partnership. I'm getting more of like the marriage vibes, or like romantic relationship vibes versus a work vibes, just off of this particular pile right now, but not necessarily. Like, people can be very emotional about like their work or their work family, for example. That's coming through. I do feel like you're being guided, though. Like, I cannot express that enough. I don't know if you're gonna see like feathers, or you're gonna be seeing stuff like out of the corner of your eye, or if it's nice, or if this is a scenario where certain smells, like your vision may change. You might notice like as you're taking pictures, your camera won't focus. Or like it like, say you've got a camera, a cell phone camera is a really good example, and it does like the autofocus or whatever, and it's like you're zoomed in on something ready to take the picture, and then suddenly it starts going in and out of focus. I feel like that's a guide or some type of spirit trying to get your attention, and it has to do with this decision that you're about to make or are looking into making. Part of the delay that you're experiencing, though, is self-created. And there is progression in this. So it's like, oh, wow, that's amazing. It's like the stall is actually happening because justice hasn't come through yet. Okay? So it's like you have some type of gift coming, and it's not here quite yet. And it's something about this gift that you're receiving from the universe that's going to allow you to quite literally catapult forward. Like, you've got justice and judgment popping up for this week. We, am I saying you? We, maybe for whoever this is like really resonating for. But since we have justice and judgment popping up within the same spread, it tells me that, you know, this is a cycle closing. Okay? And what's interesting too, like, I know that most people tend to think of, you know, oh, it's January, it's New Year's Eve, and, you know, that's the new year, and so energetically speaking, in my humble opinion, the new year doesn't actually begin until the spring equinox, okay? So that's March 21st, I believe, 20th or 21st. So basically when Aries season begins is when we're officially in the new year. So that said, a lot of people are feeling like oh, I'm in this new cycle. I shouldn't be still dealing with these things. I shouldn't be still dealing with these same themes, these same elements. And the thing is, the reason that is happening is because we're not actually out of 2019 energy, if you will, quite yet. So there's a lot of you that are going to be experiencing a wrap up of things that you thought were kind of long gone from 2019. We're not quite there yet. We're so close. Hang on, we're almost there. It is going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride going into the official start of astrological 2020, if you will. But a lot of these things are closing out. That's why they're coming up now. And I mean, let's be honest, you'd rather it come up now than come up after, spring has sprung and stuff. You don't want to take this stuff into the new cycle with you. So don't resist the change. Let it wrap itself up. If it's a scenario where you've noticed that the absence of some people in your life has allowed for your life to progress, don't bring those people back into your life. I mean, it sounds like common sense, but there's this thing of feeling guilty, or even like some of us, we can get into that self-sabotatory energy of, oh, maybe they won't do it this time. Proof is in the pudding. If someone keeps doing the same thing consistently over and over, it's likely if they're coming back, they're going to do the same thing. Okay. And this is kind of what this energy speaks to me about. It's like you have the power to literally get yourself out of this situation that you're in, whatever it is that you feel like is blocking you or stalling your progress. I mean, quite literally. Okay, you have the ability to manifest your way out of this. Your new beginning is right there, but it's going to take you making the necessary steps to get yourself out of this, because no one can hold you in a stalled position. Okay, people can attempt to try to block you, but here's the thing: nothing that's meant for you will ever be kept from you. It might be delayed, you know what I mean, but it's not going to be kept from you. So it's like, at this point in the game, what this feels like, because we've got progression here, is that you're blocking yourself. Okay, and for some of you, you're blocking yourself because you feel like you haven't gotten any justice for what has happened previously in the past. I don't know what that is. Maybe you lost out on like a job, maybe lost out on some money. There was something specifically that you were trying to manifest, and it didn't quite go the way you thought it would. So as a result of that, I feel like things just haven't happened yet. And it's interesting too, because the tower is not on my table, but this feels a lot like a tower moment, like the lead up to a tower moment. And part of it too, I feel like you don't see it coming because you don't need to see it coming. This is going to be a tower moment that is external to you. This isn't something that you're going to be directly involved in. It's something that you're going to witness. And it's you witnessing this to some degree that is universal justice, if that makes sense. Okay. Took a second. Yeah, okay, there's 4 again. So 4 is also, you have 3 threes and 3 fours so far in your spread. And somebody's trying to shut my ass up. Take that. Anyways, whoo-wee. Okay. Plot twist. Okay, so this last section feels a lot like a kind of like a job scenario. It's like here you are fantasizing about I don't know if it's like where you would like to go or where you think you should go. Um it feels like multiple offers that come through that all feel like a burden. It's none of it's anything that you want. Okay? Meanwhile, the place that you're at, there's definitely some sneaky shit going on, and that actually explains a lot why the judgment card is popping up. So whatever company this is, it's like someone's embezzling. That's what it feels like. It's some type of embezzlement. And or maybe this is something that did happen that is now being uncovered. Let me put it that way. Yeah, someone's trying to like dip the fuck out though. I am seeing that. Like ugh, I don't like this. I don't like this scenario at all. This really doesn't feel good. Yeah, it's like waiting for something to come to fruition and it's not going to come to fruition because it's being sabotaged. I'm not sure in what area or whatnot, but I do feel like this is work in nature. And this is hard backbreaking work, so this feels more like warehouse, forklift, manual labor versus like corporate office retail or anything like that. This is definitely feeling like much more of a get your hands dirty type of job, type of environment versus, we'll call them cushy because, compared to manual labor, retail is cushy. I've done both. So yeah, and this feels like a burden, but you know what? I do feel like that you've got relief on the way in this situation for those of you that are resonating with this. You've got the power to get yourself out of this situation. You're not stuck. Okay? You're not stuck. I would make the tree analogy, but some of the science on trees is really interesting. They're not even stuck. So, there's that. Either way, the point is that take the steps you need to get where you're trying to go, and be unapologetic about it because it is your future. You know what I mean? It is, it's your well-being. It's your happiness. And at the end of the day, I mean, let's just keep it real. Does anybody really want to be around a chronically unhappy person? Been there, done that. So, been there, done that, and been that person and done that. So, yeah, let's not do that. Don't do that to yourself, okay? So you've got a message coming through, and again, I'm going back to like that, like, I'm seeing someone trying to take a picture with their cell phone, and it's like, it keeps autofocusing, and there's nothing there in front of the camera that would cause it to autofocus. And usually autofocus occurs because something moves in front of the camera, but there's nothing there. The lens isn't dirty. Like the phone, I'd even say the phone is relatively brand new and you haven't dropped it yet. Okay. Probably like me, someone who constantly drops their phone. Anyways, so I do feel like a message is coming through. And when that's happening to you, pay attention. So I don't know if it's like something that you're supposed to catch, like record, or something specific you're supposed to get in the photo. And this could even be like a photo that you've taken and there's something like hidden within there that's gonna kind of blow whatever this deception is wide open. Okay, but yeah, you do have a message coming, okay? And it feels more like a download, like a spiritual download versus a message coming from someone else. If it's a message that comes from like another physical person, it's going to be very cryptic in nature. So it may require you to do a little bit of like sleuthing or interpreting and try to figure out what the hell they're talking about. But pay attention to this message. Okay? I want to pull... Oh, we're at 20 minutes. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay, there we go. I just wanted one more. Rude. So we have chance. So luck is on your side in healing. So if you've been feeling like you have had a bad string of luck, that is actually changing. And that coincides with what's on the board here, at least for this 3 pile that's going on. Like, you're about to get justice for... Okay, so this is 2 different things. So for some people, the blockage that they have been experiencing has been external. Someone who's trying to block them. For others of you, the blockage is internal. It's something that you're not doing because it puts you out of your comfort zone and, you know... Who doesn't like to be in their comfort zone? Comfort zones are great. That's why they're called comfort zones. But sometimes in order to grow as a person, you have to get out of that, okay? So, 2 scenarios there. All right, so regardless to which scenario that is, I do feel like there is movement coming. I feel like your luck has changed. You're going to start to see evidence of that very, very soon. It could be as soon as March, the month of March, okay? And I'm feeling the beginning of March. And then for others of you, it might take until April for this stuff to kind of kick in. Definitely, it could take 4 to 7 months for whatever this deception is to come out about wherever you are, whatever this is regarding. But it is going to come out. So, you know, stay on your P's and Q's, if you will. All right, so let's go ahead and pull a rune card to wrap up this midweek reading. And like I said, I got these rune cards not that long ago, and I thought, hey, these are really cool. I should add these in, but I'm not going to claim to know the runes really well, so I will be reading out of the book. And these are some decks. This card, we'll learn it together. But other than that, I hope everybody is doing well. These next 7 days are going to be energetically very interesting. I do feel like quite a few of you out there that come across this video, you are looking at a new beginning in your life. It doesn't necessarily feel romantic in nature, but it's a collective reading. So, I mean, it could be a new beginning in anything. So, the rune card that we got is EO? I'm totally pronouncing this wrong. It's this one. I mean, well, I swear, I don't like to butcher stuff. Okay, so, yo. I'm just gonna stop. Okay, so the meanings of this card is you. Transformation. Embodies the principle of initiation and rejuvenation. Spiritual background. What makes you an individual. Iwaz is apparently another name for it. Takes its symbol from the yew tree, which the Norse would make bows. This rune represents transformation from one thing to another. And I just lost my spot. 1 second. Okay, maybe like 5 seconds. So it says, we don't stay the same person as we were when we were born. Our life experiences, relationships, and the things we learn all contribute to some change. We grow and we transform into something different, just as a branch from a yew tree gets cut down to become a bow. So that's interesting. It does speak of significant change, and that kind of explains to me why I was getting the tower energy, even though that didn't pop up. You're at some kind of new beginning. I feel like a lot of you are at some kind of new beginning. Again, it's that wrapping stuff up so that you can walk through that new door. So, again, I do want to stress any doors that are closing right now, don't resist it. Just let them close, because I do feel like it's for your highest good. Okay? So that said, that is a midweek check-in. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed doing it for you. Even though it can be kind of special sauce sometimes, I love each and every one of you. So, with that said, I hope you have a wonderful next 7 days. Remember, your peace is your power. And I'll see you next time.